So this was a build around submission for Falco Spara here. 3/3 trample that comes in with the shield counter on it, so resistant to destroy removal on the first time it would take damage in combat. Most notably, this is a multicolor card, so it does get to dodge Vanishing Verse, which is one of the most common exile pieces of removal in the format, so the shield counter should do a good bit on this. It's also a bird demon, so it dodges power word kill as well. This generates card advantage by removing counters from things you control, so we've got Brokers Ascendancy, Aspirant, Rangers class, Wandering Emperor, and Elspeth Resplendent that all allow us to put lots of counters out onto things in our Bant mid-rangey deck. We've got Endless Detour here as a new utility tempo card, kind of Aether Gust target thing for 3 mana. So let's go ahead and pop on into some matches with this one and see how it feels today. Bant Bird, Bant Falco. Yeah, the Explorer still has ranked before it instead of after. Slow and steady, John. Hey, keep this. If there's something super aggressive, I've got Portable Hole. Got all of our colors. They got Sprata and Sprata's headquarters shit. What more could you want? We draw a 6th land. This might be a spell. A little mono red action, maybe? Aspirant powering up here. There isn't really a metagame in Standard Prospector. Like, you can't like look at things just like, you know, the cards haven't even been out for a week, right? We don't know what the metagame of the format is. We had like one tournament, and it wasn't even that large over last weekend. Thanks for the 2.5 years, Jared. Thank you for the tier 2 as well. Welcome back. We're about to take a bunch of damages, chat. Hey, Sama. Congrats on nearing the end of your education. We have been kept thoroughly honest. Alright, so Portable Hole and Fateful Absence coming in for sure. Hermit's probably a little slow. They don't seem to have that many non-creature spells either. Maybe Trima Falco. Probably don't want to double up on those too much. Elspeth gives lifelink counters, so she seems great at the top end. This also gains life and is a removal spell. I don't think I want Depopulate. Might change my thoughts on that. after seeing more of their deck, but they seem to have not that many creatures. Alright, so the 1 mana removal spell and a 2 mana removal spell. Or 3 mana removal spell. I think this is a land. Should have been a spell. If you're a Triumph artwork in SNC, I don't know. All the alt arts are pretty good. You want the option to do it again next turn? Go ahead and portable hold the Unlucky Witness, just in case they have the Thundering Raiju next turn. Big regrets playing the Headquarters out as a land early. This is where the magic happens, Chip.
I'll light your way on these dark streets. This is my city, and I'm going to protect it.
We just Aspirant. Okay, this can't hit Planeswalkers at least, so both of these have to attack her, but...
Still isn't as bad as dying.
Good shit. Good shit. It's probably a Twitch bug hide. Twitch has a bug where it distorts game audio, but not voices on occasion. Zero Vector, thanks for sticking around for an entire year. Welcome back. And the best of 3 queue times have been pretty long. We're not even a week out of release here. We're up to 60 seconds already. Double White Swords here is a little awkward. Endless Detour is not currently castable. Alright, that'll do, pig. I just power up both of these equally for now. They get to block and sacrifice. Poor Neverwinter Dryad. Really wishes it was Sakura Tri-Builder. Opponent on the old ramp strategy here, it would appear. Getting hold up Emperor / Detour seems pretty good. You could put 2 counters on this one and crack in with a 5/5 here. Hold up Detour / Emperor here, I think. They're gonna have 6 mana available to them this turn, so I would definitely like to Detour. Any big spell they might cast? They played 2 ramp cards and nothing else. Safe to assume Disdainful Stroke is good here, I think. From Portable Hole. Yeah, this card's real good, Chip. The play cards that have been nerfed in Alchemy is a strong standard outcome. Hey, Jub, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. This is fine. Really like to draw an untapped land in our first 2 draws. Nailed it. Never didn't have it. Well, they have black mana. Okay, so we're missing a color last game. Don't massacre my boys. Binding deal. I'm going to get Brokers Ascendancy going. Let's make sure auto order triggers aren't done. Yeah, make sure we get the wedding announcement token and then make everything bigger. It's going to be able to attack in a block now. 16. Just did nothing, huh? I think I'm just chilling too. Like, have 3 4/4s now. Or sorry, 2 4/4s and a 3/3. Just gonna let this happen, because I want a Wandering Emperor this turn. And a Binding, I'm a little sad. Yeah, that's fine.
Now you've done it. That's coming off.
Part of me wants to try and work on a 4-color, no red flash deck. Like Emperor, the Connive Dorko, this Bant spell. I put something back on top. Feels like there could be something there. If the mana is functional. Jeff and 4-mana flash spells go a long way back. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, we played Esper Tempo yesterday, and the Connive guy was real good. Yeah, 8 Triumphs is a good start to 4-color flash for sure. Solid curve here. Right, save a Vanishing Verse. Howdy odds. So that follows. Kill your and burn off. Do I want to Ascendancy this turn, or do I want to Hermit? I think I want to Hermit, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this card yet. Just get Ascendancy going here. Obviously, we'll sacrifice this so it can go to the graveyard as opposed to getting exiled, because I'd like to be able to escape it back into play. Disturb, whatever this mechanic's called. Whatever you kids are calling it these days. Wait, Lolth in my future? Just an Emperor. Kill.
Feel the energy of battle. Then guide it like water. This is what you get for hurting my people.
We'll do this at sorcery speed, so the Ascendancy can put counters on both of these. It's called Unearth, Jeff. Yeah, the creature flashback.
Remember
Seth.
your training.
Third Vanishing Verse, huh? So if I do this and give this flying, I can KO their Planeswalker. And
Be brave.
with Brokers Ascendancy, Elspeth actually threatens to Unite move next turn, which is kind of sick.
Still have much to learn.
You dabble with any Pioneer yet? Do you mean the Explorer variation on Arena? If so, yes, we've been playing it every day. We're gonna be playing it after we play Standard today. If you mean actual proper Pioneer, then no, I haven't really been playing that at all. I don't play Paper Magic or Magic Online anymore. I don't know that uniting her is correct, though, because it's only 3/3 angels, right? So, like, even with the counter from this, it's only, they can still meat hook me for, like, 5 next turn. Yeah, it gives loyalty counters, too. This card's really good. Alright, I'm gonna lead with Falco Punch. Sick. Now we just make angels, right? Nah. Do we? Do we? I feel like I should uptick or I feel like I should downtick some way. I mean, like, can I lose this game if I keep my Elspeth in play? I'm pretty sure we can't. Yeah, I think there's a chance they like kill. I think there's a real chance they kill the Hermit this turn. I'm like, I don't need to -7 to win the game here. They chose not to rummage anything. All right, bold strategy. Watch your last 2 cards be Shock plus Farewell. We'd recover even with that with the Rangers class and Elspeth, but it'd be less than ideal. I think I want to just dig for another Hermit.
This is my city, and I'm going to protect it.
Grow, my children. Grow. Hey, Jojo, thanks for 37 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Oh, could I have killed them with Elspeth? Yeah, I totally could have. That was way less fun than getting another Broker Ascendancy, chat. Where's your sense of adventure? Alright, so we're gonna go land, meat hook for 6, and then they'll still die to my 7/7. Only for 5. Okay, so their deck is kind of a scary mix of things. They've got a lot of non-creatures we care about, but they also have a lot of creatures. I think Negate is better than Stroke here, because they have a lot of 2-mana non-creatures we care about. I think I need Fateful Absence here in order to tag some of their stuff. Oh, you know, this deck probably wants, we don't have any Skyclave Apparitions in our 75. That's probably a mistake. It's a removal spell that Elspeth's downtick can tag. Like, I kind of want some Fatefuls, but I also don't really have any cuts I want to make. Sure. Happy Tuesday, thanks. I think we'll want to hold Negate up on 2 because they could have Kiki or could have Kiki or the other wedding announcement next turn. Hey, thanks for the biddies for all the way from the other side of the world, Lumbering Falls. Welcome back. Although with a different 2-drop, I'd probably just play that and be proactive, right? Yeah, Elspeth is great, chat. Very, very confident that Elspeth is great. I don't know if this deck is good, but I am confident there is something out there that's going to play a bunch of Elspeth. Zero discards. Alright, so Aspirant's about to die? Really? Are we thinking about just making us a Falco? That seems great for me. You want to be invoking despair in every format. That sounds like a typical Magic player. Just can't be happy unless someone else is miserable. If they meat hook me for 3 here, I'm fine with that, right? Like, they clear my Aspirant, but I get my Falco back because the Volky will die. Yeah, they could just need double black. This could be an attack to, like, play a Lolth out, so I think the block is definitely good here.
We must protect the people.
pass here. I don't want to attack with my 6/6 and have Wandering Emperor down tick him. So with Emperor, they can actually use this card static text. Really, kind of surprised we didn't see them plus there to be able to leverage this. I guess they know what the top card of their deck is, though. They can't really attack, because my Emperor will just eat it and give him my Falco back.
Keep watch for intruders. Show them how we greet our enemies.
Let's cycle this and see what we get. I think I want to just start building this up rather than holding a negate up this turn. So they can kill my Emperor by a gold speed dragon. I was saying they could plus on the Falco to get my Emperor, but they have Kiki, the gold speed dragon, here too. So they have approximately infinite mana if I round down. Feeling deadish? I mean, maybe. So, like, they need to address my Planeswalker, and, like, I have a lot of power in play. It's gonna depend on what their leftovers are here for sure. Like, we're in an okay position to race here, right? Chat, we're like a removal spell away from being fine. Like, we draw another Emperor or Absence next turn, and we, like, are winning this race by a lot. Or we draw an Elspeth and give Luminarch lifelink, like also winning the race.
Our swords will cross again.
We're definitely not just dead on board. We might have extra stuff in their hand that means we're too far behind, but based on just what's in play, we've got plenty of comeback. Yeah, like, okay.
Fight's coming, I'll be on the front lines. This is your fight. Win it.
My creatures are like just too small to really have great attacks into the Edgar plus the 2/2. I'm like, we're not winning this game guaranteed by any means. We're just like very much still in it. And Elspeth gives a lifelink counter. Oh, I guess not pressuring their Wandering Emperor means that they can downtick on my Aspirant, so maybe that's a mistake. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to ship everything into their Planeswalker, huh? That probably loses me the game. Not shipping into their Planeswalker last turn.
Show them how
10,
we treat our enemies.
8, 17? So not dead yet? Alright, and second Elspeth for a flying counter is lethal now?
Well, these streets are rough.
Any removal is also lethal. Yes. This is assuming their last card's a blank, though. It looks like they have a spell. Okay, so I need to clear Emperor so that way they can't exile my lifelinker. I think I need to draw spells, so I want to do this rather than Ranger's Class. If I only gain 11, am I dead on the backswing? I'll have one blocker for this. I'll take 8, 13, 16, 18. I'll be at 22. So I think that's fine. An aspirant to the face? Oh, yeah, this is lethal. Okay, I mean, it's about the same result anyways, right? Oh, I guess they don't have to block now, so it's not the same result.
Until
Got it.
next time.
Math. Yeah, so they'd be down at 2/2 here if I had. All right, so if we lose by 2 life, I deserve it. I think we're good though, right? I block here. I take 13, 16, 18, and I'm at 22. Yeah, it's definitely a good call that I should have sent Aspirant to the dome there. Yeah, if they had another gold span, the fact that I could have been taking 2 less would be. Last gold span is exactly lethal due to my mistake. We find a removal spell for this at some point too. This is a Valky. We'll get a Falco back. So, hopefully that happens here. I think this is the most Goldspan Dragon attacks I've ever survived. No, they spent the 1/1 counter from their Emperor on Falco to cast a spell off the top of their deck, Jeb. And they know about this Negate, so that doesn't bode well for me, because they're just like playing into it when they don't have to with an instant speed spell. So they obviously have something else they want to cast this turn they don't want me to negate. We are just dead to Meathook Massacre now, because their sweeper deals 7 damage to us for some reason. But I also just lose the game if I lose Aspirant, so it's a dead either way type thing. I'm really confused what took them so long to actually cast that spell. Meathook's such a fucking offensive card. Such an offensive card. Yeah, the take at least 30 seconds is definitely the most offensive part of Meathook Massacre. It's a nice draw. Double spell next turn, or do this plus hold up Detour. They actually have a pretty hard time taking this one out of play, right? Oh, this actually works great. So I get to go ahead and do this. Put a counter on here. Attack. And then I can remove... Well, actually, so this is interesting. Would I rather remove the shield counter so that way this lives Meathook? I think I would, right? They don't have that many destroy effects in their deck. I think I'd rather remove the shield counter. Interesting decision point there. Yeah, Falco not playing lands is really strange given its green. And I'll offer this trade here so I could draw a card. Yeah, the templating is probably messy. I think we just chill on the Endless Detour. These powerful multicolored cards making Vanishing Verse worse is definitely a nice feature of the format. This card's pretty good into Loath Spiders too, huh? Just get to trample right on over him. We'll see him attack with these to draw a card, or if they want the extra 2/2.
Every job is an opportunity to learn more. I'll be your shield.
Alright, chat. Elspeth finding Malevolent Hermit feels like a lot of what I would like to be doing in this format. Seven looks at it? Yeah, 7 looks for a Malevolent Hermit. Yeah, honestly, I should probably have a 4th Elspeth in this deck. We'll make a couple of small changes after this game. I need to add some Skyclave Apparitions too to our 75. She does also give you a top of the deck reset for Falco, yeah? Big agree. And this deck's playing a bunch of blue cards, so it has a chance into Midrange Massacre, which you can counterspell it. It's capable of fighting on this deck. Yeah, I agree. We had some flubs in War of the Spark, but in general, they've hit a really good stride when it comes to Planeswalker design. Yeah, getting a Skyclave with a shield counter is pretty great. Oh, one less of these. Is there a different 2-drop I can play other than Rangers Clash, chat? Thoughts? Opinions? Innkeeper. Is Innkeeper good enough? I'm not really, like, ramping super hard, right? Like, the Gluttony spells cost 3. Gala Creatures is okay. I'm not putting that many creatures into play, though. Could be a maybe. I'd encourage you to look at how many non-creature spells are in my deck when you suggest Thalia. Bronzehide Lion, I'm not sure what set that card's from, but it's definitely not standard legal. So, yeah. This is good. Yeah, I've seen people playing Ledger Shredder too. I just don't know how often you actually trigger the connive on it. You just play like Sun Gold Sentinel. Just like a 3-2 for 2, just like decent stat line and attacks. Yeah, I agree. I don't think we're likely to double spell enough for Ledger Shredder. I don't hate this idea. Like one mana spells are pretty good. It has some random utility. It technically trains for like Falco and other stuff. It's a shame this is basic planes. I suppose I could cut the Eiganjo and play another basic planes. I guess this also isn't a 2-drop though, right? You have to wait till turn 3 to play this to get ramp. Yeah, I think I want to just try Sun Gold Sentinel. I think this card's pretty playable. Chat, Sash is so slow and mopey. Yeah, I would definitely just play 7, I would definitely just play 7 Aspirants if they let me. I think 7 or 8's like the number of Aspirants I would play. Hands and spells, sign me up. All of our colors. Alright, Thomas. The games we've actually gotten to play Magic have been very good. Chat, I just spent 3 minutes looking for a 2-drop, and then our opponent has the audacity to show up and be like, hey, idiot, here's the 2-drop you should be playing. Nice deck. This card's sick. 2/3 lifelink for 2 disturbs back. Gotcha. Why is our opponent so much smarter than me and all of chat? We're all useless, chat. Look, they're even playing a Bant deck. They have our number. That's true. Their username is I am a genius. And boy, golly, is it apparent that that is the truth. Just double checking. We are playing 26 lands. Maybe I'm supposed to make this one a 6/6 actually, so I could block another War Chief without dying. It's probably a 6/6 and a 3/3 right now. Ooh, probably doesn't matter. I think we're dead without lands. Hey, J Ray, thanks for the 45 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Yesterday's fight rigging deck was awesome. It was really, really good.
Second here, second there. Who's counting?
Explorer has very quickly become my my favorite format on here. I'm not making any changes. I'm just gonna click submit. I bought my first house this week and you didn't know, but you were there. God bless. Good beats. Getting the winning bid in this market. Hope all your closing and stuff goes well. My body is ready to have to downtick Elspeth to find a green land yet. Thanks for the 37 months, sure. Should I play around this card? I'm gonna play around this card. They could just have a draw too. Let's close with Broker's Charm. Maybe I'm supposed to make the attack there. IDK.
Clean up this town. I've made plenty of connections.
This has a shield counter on it now too, chat. And if they have another Broker's Charm, they can't kill it. Ascendancy letting Elspeth downtick 2 turns in a row is kind of gas as well. It's like -3/-3. Oh, you know what? Not putting the extra counter on the Aspirant is a little bit weak into them playing an Emperor this turn. But I guess if they play an Emperor to kill my Aspirant, my Skyclave gets to then KO their Emperor, so it's fine. Oh, that's brutal. Oh. That's another reason to. Well, I guess if I make the other thing a 6/6, that just happens opposite, right?
This still isn't as bad as dying.
We're still at 20 life, and we've got Falco with the indestructible counter on him now. They have 5 cards in hand. My last spell is good though. They haven't missed a land drop. Is Falco bugged still? How is it bugged? I haven't noticed any issues with it, but we've only played a handful of games. Cards were costing double. Definitely haven't seen that. Yeah, I think we try and trade the shield cutter here.
Every job is an opportunity to learn more about this city. I'll be your shield.
Leaving my Planeswalker alone is a bold choice. Thanks for the follow, Made Fresh. But I'll elect to not crack the clue and leave my Malevolent Hermit up.
Show him what you got.
Putting a counter here because I want as many things as possible to be able to block 2/2s and survive. My Brokers Ascendancy trigger. This actually just doesn't matter, right? This is a shield counter on it. Just a little baby 7/7, chap. Used our set to clear the top of my deck here.
Safe now.
Absolutely never lucky. Well, this has a shield counter on it, so if I lifelink, I was only gaining 1 there. They gotta be dead here, right? Okay, good. Good chat. I'm gonna change how I'm sideboarded. Disdainful Stroke certainly seems good here, right? Yeah, I think I want Stroke. I don't know if Skyclave is very good, huh? A lot of their cards are bigger and more expensive. I mean, that attack was they're behind and they don't have a way to catch back up, right? Yeah, I could see Stance being good. It protects one of my things in combat and it kills their chariot. I like that. Bringing up Fateful Absence as the last card. Two, three, four, curving right and out the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Try to keep your tap plan straight. Eek disappear. Actually kind of surprised me. I didn't peg them for being a counter spell deck. They have 6 spells in hand, so good chance this doesn't resolve either. No reason to hold up Stroke if they're not going to have 4 lands next turn, though. You're like just jamming to get through their counter spells. They're a weird mix of things. Make disappear in a deck that wants to tap out for 7 drops feels strange. Hit Mythic on the 3rd day of the season. Maybe. My bad. Still early. I have confidence we can lose a bunch today. Just gotta believe. Lose Falco here, I assume, since I have 2 Emperors. Merit playing Emperor at sorcery speed, but I don't think I want to get charioted next turn if I can avoid it. Can't trade binder. Yeah, mood. Is this Sog coming? Them having a double spell turn is not great for us. Well, that just worked. Deal. I wasn't expecting that to just work, Chip.
May your blade strike true.
Second stroke is great. Means we can play the first one really aggressively. First opportunity we have a chance to. And the follow-up one, we'll be able to get get a spell that they really care about. So we're gonna have to lead on bait to get through the first one. The second one kind of shuts them down. I think this is just a good 2-drop. I think we're actually gonna try a couple copies of this card. Just like 2-3 lifelink for 2 is a fine stat line. And then it like also flashes back down the line as well.
We've got the edge in this fight.
The backside like randomly generates you clues as well. I don't know that I ever plan to get out from under this without a spell that gets Disdainful Stroked. Still dead on board at the moment. Missed a couple land drops, couldn't catch up there. What their foretold card was. Doomscar, okay. Yeah, they had a kind of a strange mix of spells. And like some small creatures, but they had like some big stuff, but they also had a bunch of counter spells. Trade Binder is definitely an apt descriptor. Like their deck like wasn't really an aggressive deck or a mid-range deck, and like had elements from a little bit of everything. It's like Bant cards they like. I like that. This card's probably pretty good with the Esper Connive stuff, too. Because, like, conniving away things that disturb back also has, like, solid value. I'm gonna work on more Esper at some point, too. Missed that 2-drop was the thing when we were looking through stuff earlier. I'm definitely not certain our mana base is correct in this deck. Our mix of pathways and slow lands could definitely be an optimal. You know what seems pretty good, chat? Being on the play in the Aspirant mirror. Although if they Skyclave mine, I don't currently have mana to Skyclave theirs back. Cathar, yeah. My shield counter will not protect me from Banisher Priest. Yeah, Rafine was great. If you haven't had a chance to watch the video, I'd encourage you to watch the video. Also remember, if you don't have time to watch the entirety of decks that I post on YouTube, I know I post a lot of stuff, there's always a wrap-up segment at the end if you're looking to get my thoughts on something that we did. A little bit of a cheat on if you want to see is something worth watching. It's going back and looking through, hey, what all? Alright, so we're dead. I think we've died. This is, I was talking about our lands earlier. The decisions on the pathways killed us here, right? I don't know that I made wrong decisions with the information that I had at the time, but we definitely made choices that are now feeling the outcome. Like a bunch of portable holes, please. This card seems pretty atrocious in this matchup. Depopulate seems good. Fateful Absence seems good. I think Endless Detour is probably too slow. Yeah, because if you look at our mana, I'm playing, what, 8 slow lands and 12 pathways? It's nice to have an untapped land on 2, though. Most notably, the biggest problem with playing too many slow lands, especially with 4 Triomes, is that if your hand is Triome and slow lands, you don't have an untapped land on turn 2, and our deck's got a lot of 2-mana spells in it. We're looking to play on curve. Hey, Captain Commando. Thanks for hanging out for almost 4 years. Welcome back. Appreciate it. There aren't 50 votes in the Senate to... There aren't 50 votes in the Senate to pass basic voting rights laws, much less back a court. Particularly competitive in either of these games, but also pretty bad variance. Yeah, there's a real balance. Building mana bases in this current standard format is probably the most interesting I've ever experienced playing standard for the last decade. Between the mix of utility lands and pathways versus slow lands, etc. There's a lot of meaningful choices you have to make. Yeah, agreed, Derelic. Yeah, I declined to play Innkeepers because we're not really ramping to anything meaningful. And we're not putting that many creatures into play, so like the life gain doesn't seem like it's going to be that impactful. I want to just get this going. Severian, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Still cold, am I? Yeah, we went back to wearing coats yesterday here in Illinois too. Definitely a little bit chilly out. I kind of want to put Hermit into play, but I also just want to spend my mana this turn. Alright, rewarded for just jamming. Feels good, man. Brokers Ascendancy is about to go kind of nutty, huh? And I think at this point, we definitely just play the Hermit out to be able to protect here. Yeah, that one doesn't really matter, right? Well, I guess it takes the Brokers Ascendancy off the table, huh? We'll take 7 looks at another.
Right. Let's clean up this town. This is my city, and I'm going to protect it.
So we've got the board stalled a little bit, which favors the person with the Planeswalker for sure. But it's got slightly more cards in hand than us, but it definitely feels like our deck's good at going over the top of these other Bant decks that we've played against so far. I don't have nearly as much, like, sustained, consistent advantage as we do. Man, we've been really bad at drawing extra cards with Falco, chat. Like, impressively so.
This is your fight. Win it.
Get this first strike and start attacking. Let's get this game closed out. Yeah, Spirited Companion could be a possible 2-drop. It's definitely true. Okay. Sure.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people. Let your blade do the talking.
I don't know if my deck really wants just a big dumb beater, chat. For people asking about Gala Greeters.
Be brave.
Grab teleportation circle. Make a 3/3.
Keep watch for intruders.
Sure. Cast Detour to what end? Doing what? Help me understand. Clear the top of our deck here.
May your peace last.
Yeah, so is the channel.
See you later. Let your blade do the talking.
I think we need to start attacking, chat. We gotta close this game out. They're taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. Taking 13 at the moment. Pull a counter off of this.
I'm not
We'll put a counter on this one so it survives.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
They get to gain a bunch of life from this Titan of Industry here is the problem. The Vigilant Samurai was smaller. Why do you think Vigilance is better than, why is Vigilance better than, having a larger creature? Can you explain? Rather than me telling you you're wrong, tell me why you're right. Explain your thought process. I need a Skyclave Apparition, right? We need to get rid of this teleportation circle.
Show him what you got. And I'll defend. This is my city, and I'm going to protect it.
Sick.
Remember your training.
I mean, chat, we saw a bunch of cards there. Are people acting like we were lucky? We had infinite looks. Yeah, I just think having a 6/6 is better than a 5/5 with Vigilance. I don't think blockers mattered on this board. I just wanted as much power as possible. There's the TLDR. Alright, so Pious Apprentice doesn't seem to really have a super big impact here. Disdainful Stroke. Seems like it hits a bunch of stuff. It's probably a decent Depopulate matchup, huh? Just like have a board reset if we feel like we need it. Is that accurate? Is Hermit actually good? Most of their big payoffs seem to be creatures. And they have mana to, like, play their non-creature spells around it. What if we do this? What do you think of this board plan? Think I'm into it? Brokers Ascendancy definitely feels like it's the king of board stalls, and getting to put Brokers Ascendancy into play with a shield counter on it from Elspeth feels absurd. Being like, here's my card, that means I win every board stall, and you need 2 ways to get rid of it. Our spells are good. Let's draw lands. Thanks for the 3.5 years. Gap, welcome back. Alright, chat. Our plan to draw a land has not come to fruition. I'm going to take game 3 on the play. I genuinely don't understand. I genuinely don't understand the fight rigging suggestion. Why would I want to play fight rigging in my deck that has a bunch of little creatures in it? Explain. And in general, this is your fair warning. I know we're in sub-only mode, but there's been a lot of lazy card suggestions today. Instead of me telling you your card suggestion is bad, articulate your thoughts. Tell me why the card you're suggesting is good. Tell me what problem it solves in the deck that I'm playing. And most importantly, tell me what you'd cut to fit that card in. Those are the questions you need to be asking yourself in order to make good changes to deck lists. There are lots of cards and lots of colors of Magic that fit in lots of different ways. You have to narrow it down somehow. What's going on, Beef? Thank you for the third of a year. To be fair, Beef, it was a Gap's fault. I'm gonna close my Twitter window. I was responding to a Twitter shitter. Dawnbringer seems pretty good. Full Effect, thank you for the 31 months. Welcome back. I should technically attack before I play those, but whatever. I suppose if they play their Flicker card here, we're kind of in trouble, huh? Huh? So now at any point, if this dies, they get to kill my enchantment. Hey, Full Effect, thanks for the over 2.5 years. Welcome back. Whoa. I think we're dead. Chat, this doesn't bounce it. It means I have to put it on top of my... It means I have to put it on top of my deck, and then I have to redraw it, and they still just have this card that lets them destroy my stuff. This matchup, so by no means do I think this deck isn't powerful, but that matchup put me off of playing this deck. I do not think the deck that we are currently playing ever has the possibility to be tier 1, because if people want to beat you, they're gonna shit on all your enchantments and beat you. Like, that felt awful. I know we lost game 2 to me keeping a speculative hand and having resource variance, but like, yeah, I don't know. The most powerful thing about our deck just gets like hosed by anybody out of the sideboard if they want to hose us. I feel like my big takeaway from playing this is Elspeth Resplendent feels like a really powerful card that I want to work out in other shells, but leaning on this card is a big oof in games like that last one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna slide along. Kodama of the West Tree. If that card's what I'm thinking of, it does not break board stalls. How does this card break a board stall? If anything, Falco breaks board stalls because it lets you turn your 1/1 counters into card advantage. This finds basic lands out of your deck. You want a card that finds basic lands in my one basic land deck? It gives stuff. Yeah, I guess. You know what else? You know what else does, chat? Just like your things are huge. Just attack them a bunch. This gives trample too, and this has flying. You know what's better? This is flying trample, chat. You're worried about board stalls. Don't cut your flying trample card that generates card advantage. This card's not very good, chat. Like, you're not ramping into anything, and you have to fund... This card's not playable in a 3-color deck, because what you have to do to your mana base to help this in a 3-color... To play this in a 3-color deck means your deck's going to be super inconsistent otherwise. You just can't play enough dual lands. Maybe in a ramp shell this card's okay, But this card feels like it's just this awkward mix. You like have to play these cheap modify cards, but then you also need expensive cards that are worth ramping into. Yeah, I don't think this card is 60 card constructed playable. It definitely reads like a EDH card. The deck building tensions you have to go through to make this card reasonable means your deck's super awkward in situations where you don't have it. And even when you have it, you're just gonna have like kind of typical ramp deck problems. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this card's a 4-of. Like, I think 3 was fine, but like, it did what I wanted to do, right? Like, it's okay. This card's awkward against exactly Skyclave Apparition and Brutal Cathar, but it dodges the most common exile removal and has a shield counter to protect it otherwise. It generates card advantage. The Flying Trample is relevant in a lot of spots. Broker Ascendancy was powerful when it popped off, but again, my big takeaway from playing this deck was Elspeth Resplendent definitely is a powerful, potent card that I want to play with more of.